D.B. Cooper, November 24th, 1971. A man in a business suit boards a flight from Portland to Seattle, carrying a briefcase and a plan that would make him a legend. He hands a note to a flight attendant that reads, "I have a bomb." The man, who bought his ticket under the name Dan Cooper, demands $200,000 in cash and 4 parachutes. The airline complies. He releases all 36 passengers in Seattle, keeps the crew, and orders the pilot to fly to Mexico City. Somewhere over the wilderness of Washington state, at 10,000 feet in freezing rain, Cooper opens the rear stairs of the Boeing 727 and jumps into the night. He's never seen again. The FBI launches one of the most extensive manhunts in American history, interviewing over 800 suspects, but every lead goes cold. In 1980, a kid finds $5,800 in rotting $20 bills buried along the Columbia River. The serial numbers match Cooper's ransom. The rest of the money, Cooper's body, and his parachute are never found. The FBI officially closes the case in 2016 after 45 years, making it the only unsolved skyjacking in U.S. history. Cooper either pulled off the perfect crime or died on impact, but either way, he disappeared into myth. Zodiac Killer. Between 1968 and 1969, someone is hunting couples in Northern California. The Zodiac Killer has 5 confirmed victims, but he claims 37 in letters sent to newspapers, and investigators believe the real number is higher. He shoots teenagers parked at lovers' lanes, stabs a couple at a lake in broad daylight, and shoots a cab driver in San Francisco, leaving behind a bloody piece of the victim's shirt as proof. What makes him different is that he wants fame. The Zodiac mails cryptic letters and coded ciphers to the press, taunting police and demanding they publish his messages or he'll kill again. One cipher takes 51 years to crack, finally solved in December 2020 by a team of code breakers. It reads like a bad joke. "I hope you are having lots of fun trying to catch me." The FBI creates a composite sketch that becomes one of the most recognizable images in true crime. Hundreds of suspects are investigated, including Arthur Lee Allen, a convicted child molester who dies in 1992 before charges are filed. DNA evidence exists, but has never matched anyone in the system. The case is still open, and the Zodiac's identity remains one of the greatest mysteries in American crime. Anthrax attacks. September 2001, 1 week after the Twin Towers fall, letters start arriving at news stations and Senate offices. Inside the envelopes is a fine white powder, anthrax, one of the deadliest biological agents on Earth. 5 people die, 17 are infected, and the U.S. Capitol shuts down for months while hazmat teams scrub every surface. The letters are written in block handwriting with phrases like "Death to America" and "Allah is great." But the FBI quickly determines this isn't foreign terrorism. The anthrax is traced to a highly sophisticated strain developed at U.S. Army Biodefense Labs. The FBI focuses on Bruce Ivins, a microbiologist at Fort Detrick, Maryland, who had access to the exact strain used in the attacks. Ivins is brilliant, unstable, and obsessed with a specific sorority he's been stalking for years. In 2008, as the FBI closes in, Ivins overdoses on Tylenol and dies before charges are filed. The FBI officially closes the case in 2010, declaring Ivins the sole perpetrator, but many scientists, including Ivins' colleagues, dispute the evidence, arguing the science doesn't hold up. No charges were ever filed, no trial ever held, and the truth of who sent the anthrax letters remains in dispute. Tylenol murders. September 29, 1982, a 12-year-old girl in suburban Chicago takes extra-strength Tylenol for a headache and collapses. She's dead within hours. That same day, 6 more people die across the Chicago area, all after taking Tylenol. Investigators open the bottles and find the capsules have been laced with cyanide, 65 times the lethal dose. Someone has tampered with the pills after they left the factory, opening bottles in stores, poisoning the capsules, and putting them back on the shelves. The case triggers a nationwide panic. Johnson & Johnson recalls 31 million bottles of Tylenol, costing the company over $100 million. The murders change consumer safety forever. Every tamper-proof seal you see on medicine, food, and cosmetics exists because of this case. The FBI investigates over 400 suspects and receives 35,000 tips. The leading suspect is James Lewis, a man who sent an extortion letter to Johnson & Johnson demanding $1 million to stop the killings, but there's no evidence he actually poisoned anyone. Lewis serves 13 years for extortion, is released, and continues to deny involvement until his death in 2023. The Tylenol murders remain unsolved, and a $100,000 reward is still active. Jimmy Hoffa. July 30th, 1975. Jimmy Hoffa, one of the most powerful and corrupt union leaders in American history, drives to a restaurant in suburban Detroit for a meeting. He's supposed to meet with two mafia figures to negotiate his return to power in the Teamsters Union. Hoffa waits in the parking lot. He calls his wife at 2:30 p.m. to say the men are late. After that, he's never seen again. Hoffa's connection to organized crime is well documented. He was convicted in 1964 for jury tampering and fraud, served 4 years, and was released with the condition he couldn't resume union activities until 1980. But Hoffa wanted his power back, and the mob wanted him gone. The FBI interviews over 200 suspects, most of them mobsters, but no one talks. Hoffa is declared legally dead in 1982. Since then, the FBI has dug up driveways, backyards, and horse farms. They've searched beneath football stadiums and inside concrete pillars. In 2013, they excavated a field in Michigan based on a tip from a dying mobster. They found nothing. The most credible theory is that Hoffa was killed shortly after the meeting, his body either cremated or buried in a location that's since been paved over. But without a body, Hoffa's disappearance remains one of the most famous unsolved cases in FBI history. The Colonial Parkway Murders. Between 1986 and 1989, someone is hunting couples along the Colonial Parkway, a scenic road in Virginia that connects historic Jamestown and Yorktown. 4 couples, 8 victims, all found dead in or near their vehicles. The first victims are a teenage couple found strangled in 1986. The second pair, 2 women, are discovered in 1987, their car pushed down an embankment with their throats slashed. The third couple vanishes in 1988, their car found abandoned with no bodies. A fourth pair is found shot in 1989. What makes this case terrifying is the variation. The killer uses different methods: strangulation, stabbing, shooting, which is unusual for serial killers who typically stick to a pattern. The FBI profile suggests someone with local knowledge, possibly law enforcement or military, because the crime scenes are isolated and the killer seems comfortable controlling victims. Witnesses report seeing a suspicious vehicle near multiple scenes, but the descriptions are vague. In 2010, the case takes a bizarre turn when crime scene photos are leaked online, causing outrage from victims' families and potentially compromising the investigation. The Colonial Parkway murders remain unsolved, and some investigators believe the killer may have stopped or died. Asha Degree. February 14, 2000, 9-year-old Asha Degree goes to bed in her home in Shelby, North Carolina. Her parents check on her and her brother around midnight. Everything is normal. At 2:30 a.m., her brother wakes up and notices Asha is gone. At 4 a.m., 2 separate drivers see a small girl walking alone along Highway 18 in a torrential rainstorm. One driver turns around to help, but the girl runs into the woods and disappears. Asha has no history of running away. She's shy, responsible, and terrified of dogs and storms. Her parents describe a happy home with no abuse. So why would a 9-year-old leave her house in the middle of the night during a storm? In 2001, construction workers find Asha's backpack buried in a plastic bag 26 miles from her home. Inside are her clothes and a photograph of an unknown girl. The FBI investigates over 50,000 tips. They release age progression photos showing what Asha might look like now, but there's no body, no motive, and no clear suspect. Some investigators believe Asha was groomed by someone she trusted, while others think she left to meet someone and was abducted. Asha Degree has been missing for over 24 years, and her case remains one of the most baffling child disappearances in FBI history.
The Doodler. In 1974 and 1975, someone is killing gay men in San Francisco. The victims are found stabbed to death near Ocean Beach, their bodies posed. The killer's method is consistent. He meets men at bars or diners, sketches their portrait, and then lures them to a secluded area where he kills them. 6 men die. 3 survive. The survivors describe the same man, a young black man in his early 20s, clean-cut, polite, and talented at drawing. Police create a composite sketch. They even identify a primary suspect. But here's the problem. It's the 1970s. Being gay is still stigmatized, and many victims are closeted. The 3 survivors refuse to publicly identify the suspect because doing so would out them to their families and employers. Without their testimony, police can't make an arrest. The case goes cold. In 2019, San Francisco's Cold Case Unit reopens the Doodler investigation using new DNA technology. They're hoping advancements in genetic genealogy, the same method that caught the Golden State Killer, might finally solve the case. But as of now, the Doodler has never been caught, and his identity remains unknown.